Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers and sisters. Many of you are asking me about uh, what am I doing right now after I've memorized the whole Quran over 30 years. What is my process? What do I do on a daily basis now that I've finished? Well, I just want to tell you that nobody can say I've finished. You may have memorized the entire Quran. It's only to start all over again. It's not something that stays with you. I think there is no scholar, no hafiz of the Quran can say they can remember everything all the time. Especially when you're 73 years old, you don't remember what you ate yesterday. How are you going to remember everything? But it's amazing, for me it's amazing that all the ayat, the surahs that I memorized in my 40s, this is when I started. For example, Surah Al-Baqarah, I can read God, I can just zoom through Surah Al-Baqarah, no problem. I mean, I may have to look a little bit, to remind myself. Very easy to remember that entire, the longest surah, but then it is something I memorized like last year, or year before, or 2-3 years ago. It is much harder to remember. So to begin with, I like to advise you to start, whatever age you are, start now. Start now, don't wait, because take advantage of your mind working properly or better now. It's like I up until April 15th, 2020, that's when I finished memorizing. Every single day, for me, it was excitement to memorize one more ayah or 5 more ayahs. For me, it was not a chore, it was not a task, it was not a burden. I chose it myself. Nobody put it upon me. I chose it. Why did I choose it? I chose it because I wanted to get close to Allah. I wanted to know Him. How would I know Him? How would I know Him? Except through His own words. And it's not just reading, it's not enough. I had to learn the Arabic. It is amazing how much difference it makes when you understand the original language. Of course, if you only understand your own language, that's fine. But for me, it was like I went beyond that. I wanted to learn. So the 30 years, I would say at least half of it, I was teaching myself Arabic, the grammar, taking classes, taking tajweed classes to enhance my understanding, the pronunciation. Anyhow, Alhamdulillah, I'm at a point where I don't need to study Arabic anymore, because at this age I feel I know enough. I don't know enough, all of it. There's a lot more about Arabic than I would like to know, but at this age my brain cannot hold more. I know enough to understand the grammatically why a certain verb is a certain way and another time in another way. Anyhow, alhamdulillah, I highly recommend that you combine Arabic studies with your Quran memorization. And for me, now that I have finished, after maybe a month or so after I finished memorizing, I had a small, what the doctor claims to be stroke. It's just something that happens that 24 hours I forgot everything. I could not remember anything. So alhamdulillah that I recovered. And then I realized after that I was not able to revise easily. So I decided not to push myself. I let some months go by. And it's like as if I'm losing a child. How can I live a day without memorizing? So I started revising, and in revising I started going with Juz the last Juz. I finished that, then I went to surah by surah that I was more familiar with, going to Surah Al-Kahf and going to, other surahs that I knew. I'm at Surah Yasin right now. So I am revising according to surahs that are easier for me. And also on a daily basis, in the morning and at night, I'm reading several pages of the Quran, and if necessary, I visit the tafsir again. I feel like if I left the Quran one day, that day I haven't lived. I may as well be dead. Quran affects me so much. One thing that I just want to tell you that is really, really important. I can tell you, but maybe you would not know it until you understand the Quran in Arabic. For example, if I'm sitting and eating, the Quran is on. Or I'm doing, gardening, the Quran is on. Or I hear the Quran quite often when there's no other person in the house or I'm not distracted with anything else. And it's amazing that when you hear the Quran and you understand it and you're able to tune in, when you tune in to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to you, it is completely different than just opening the Quran and just reading it, from one page to another. So if you only knew this feeling that you will get when you understand the Quran, you don't need to finish memorizing the Quran to have this feeling. The feeling is understanding what you're hearing, what you're reading. It is an incredible process. So this is basically where I'm at right now. And on a daily basis, I'm with the Quran, and I'm also active with sites that enhances knowledge. But I'm so very active in various productions, that I have to just basically time myself so that I can get to as much as I possibly can. I hope this was helpful. Please give me your views, your thoughts about this, and wishing you really success memorizing this blessed divine book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wish Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us all success to meet Him in Jannah, the highest place in Jannah, and Him be pleased with us and us to be pleased with Him. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.